Sterling versus Zalal. I know that they've been training partners before, so that's an added, maybe weird variable to keep account of because fighters who've fought before, it could end up being like a weird outcome, slow, and maybe not as much action. It could look similar to like a sparring match. It gets a little boring and hard to score. So I think this is going to be a good competitive fight, though, with Zalal and Sterling. You got any thoughts for this one?
Yeah, main event. I mean, this is very eerily similar to the Chris Duncan Moicano one. Although, I mean, I don't think these guys have sparred as much as trained as much as those two guys probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm just fresh off of that Chris Duncan beating, so maybe I'm just a little biased because I kind of want to go Aljo right here just because of all that just happened. If you guys take a look at the odds, I mean, it's kind of similar to what even happened in that last one with Duncan. I mean, Zalal, he opened up at plus 170. Aljo opened up at minus 200. I think Moicano opened up at minus 220 or 200 or something like that too. It's very, very similar. The exact same line movement just happened. I mean, Aljo opened at minus 200, instantly got bet to like a plus like 115. And then he got all the way like even to like plus 145, 55. So it's very similar to the Chris Duncan line movement. Analysis could also be similar if you kind of think about it like that too, right? It's like we obviously know who the big dog was in those sparring sessions. It was the seasoned. I mean, Aljo's a freaking champ. He's a champ, right? Zalal, this is his second time back in the UFC. Clearly, when they sparred, this is obviously when Zalal was younger and Aljo was in his primo prime, right? Like he's probably the champion during this time or close to being the champion. So I guess it just depends on how much you think Zalal has improved and how much slippage Aljo has had. I think that's the main two things. Both of them are pretty good grapplers. Striking wise, I think that Aljo, he has some funky stuff coming at you that's kind of unorthodox. It might not work all the time, but just based on his stats, I mean, it seems to work from fight to fight. But I think on the feet, I'll probably give it to Zalal, honestly, just because I feel like he reminds me of how he fights on the feet. It's like a French fighter in a way. It's like he's just like very efficient, defensively sound. I don't think he's gonna get caught with anything that Aljo's bring at him to stand up. To be honest, I think the fight's probably gonna come down to the grappling portion and who's gonna be able to control that. I don't know. Usually, if you're talking about Aljamain Sterling, it's really hard to beat him in a grappling match. Look at who he's lost to in those kind of matches, like Mozart, who probably should be fighting for the title next. Mozart is just a better wrestler than him. I think that's what did the fight in. And then he got knocked out by Sean O'Malley. I mean, just look at his record. It's crazy. It's a pretty crazy record. I think he gets slept on a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta go Aljo over this one. After what I witnessed with Chris Duncan, but plus 100, I think the value has kind of been extracted in a way. So I'm not sure if I even want to like bet plus 100 at this point for Aljo, but I don't know. Like I can't. I don't think I can put Zalal. For me, I might end just skipping it, but that's just me. That's what I said for Duncan Moicano initially. So I think I'm gonna stick to that instead of trying to force it because I don't know what happened at the end of the week for the Duncan Moicano fight. I just decided to go with all in Duncan. That didn't work at all. So I think I'm just gonna stay away from this one. Yeah.
This fight, for this one, I think my lean is Zalal, just because I think he has an overall game now on his second stint in the UFC. I think he has the footwork and the stand-up that can cause Sterling some problems. I don't know if Sterling will be able to cut off the ring against someone with the movement of Zalal, but this is 5 rounds, and lately we're starting to see Sterling look a little bit old in the later rounds. He's not keeping up the pace that he usually does in the later rounds from back then. And Zalal has just really improved. Like, if I were to compare this to the Chris Duncan Moicano fight, I think you can actually see the change in Zalal's game than you can from Chris Duncan's improvements. Because I think the change is very drastic, I believe. And even from his first stint in the UFC, I think he gave Ilia Topuria like his second hardest fight at the time. If you're to look, I think it was only Jai Herbert, and the second strongest opponent might have been Zalal. If you were to look at Poirier's record, and I think he's just really a complete fighter, complete game. He's coming into his prime years, and Sterling's coming down. Obviously, we said this about Duncan and Moicano, but on the Moicano one, I was more leaning on Moicano in that fight, picking up the underdog odds on Moicano, even though I said I was leaning Duncan. But on this one, I think I'm leaning Zalal, and I think I still would be picking Zalal if I were to bet on this fight. The only problem that I have for this, if I were to make it as a play, is the gym that he's with is always a big asterisk for me. Factory X, Muay Thai, I think. I don't know what they're cooking in some of these fights that ends up coming out, like that Alex Hernandez fight that was flagged for maybe some illegal betting activities, and their Isaac Dalgarian. That one was he's not in the UFC anymore because obviously you can't throw fights like that. So that's the only thing that's in the back of my mind of like, is he actually going to compete or some of those shenanigans from Factor X are going to show up? But yeah, for me, if it was just strictly a fight, I like Youssef Zalal in this spot for me. That's how I see this fight.
For sure. Yeah.